Hey guys, my name is Chantel. Welcome back to my channel, and we are here to talk about the newest episode of A3. Talking about the winter troop this time, since it's episode 7. No more autumn troop, it's winter time.
Yes, it's winter time. I'm excited. This is a good intro episode. It was very. We're already at sad boy hours, man.
They're hinting at very sad boy hours with like Hisoka and then Azuma and then Tsuki.
Most of the winter troop, if not all of them, they're all sad boy hours, pretty much. Like everybody has like a sad backstory. But we just kind of like start immediately. Like we're at auditions. And initially we get two auditioners, which is Azuma and Tsumugi. Which at this point, I don't know why they still have auditions, because it's just like they're gonna make it.
I guess just to, I don't know.
Well, I guess it's
maybe?
the formalities. Yeah, no, we have to have auditions.
Yeah.
But like, you never have to worry watching this show or playing the game. Like, whenever someone auditions for the troupe, like, they're gonna get in. I forgot that their audition was to like act something out, like with act a scene out by using their phone. So like when Azuma did, I was like, oh, I don't remember it being that short, but okay. And then Tsumugi just pantomimed, which is really good. I like how Sakya's like, bullshit, you barely have any acting experience. That was really good.
Well, he said more, like he did have experience, but he wasn't like too confident in them.
Well, he also like, treat me like a beginner.
Yeah.
And that's why Sakya was like, shut the fuck up, dude. You know, he did treat you like a beginner.
Which we'll dive into that a little bit more. There's a reason why he said
Yeah.
that.
I mean, clearly there's something going on between him and Tusku. Because, like, Tusku's just like, yeah, I guess I'll join the troupe, even though, like, he's pretty reluctant because Tsumugi is there. But, I mean, are there any other troops allowing you to just join them, dude? Like, you kind of you're running out of your options.
I mean, it's kind of shady on God's troops.
Well, yeah.
Side, 'cause
He's like,
they're basically stopping him from,
they like blacklisted him.
unless he decides to go back, which is like horrible. Basically telling him he's got no other option but to go back, but that's not the case, man. He still has one last option. Might not be what he expected, but it's better than nothing.
Hey, at least they have dorms, man. And then again, he also like just reluctantly agrees to like be Tsumugi's like roommate. Like, dude, you didn't have to say yes.
I guess since he doesn't want anyone really like digging in their noses into their business or ask questions about that.
But that part was so fucking awkward. It was so weird. I was just like, is anyone gonna say anything? And then Izumi just goes, huh? That was really funny. She's the damn MVP, man. Like, she's already, like, trying to make everybody come out of their shell. She's great. I mean, and, like, this time, you know, it's, like, they do mention it, like, well, they're all grown adults, so they can handle their own problems. But can they really?
Yeah. I guess they think they don't need to deal with it, or they can handle it themselves. I don't know. It's complicated without going into spoilers.
It's kind of hard to really discuss anything because it's the introductory episode, and I'm sure a lot of people are probably really fucking confused. Why did they just accept Hisoka? He was just like, why was he just laying there in front of the dorms? He's a strange one, but his story is very interesting.
And it continues on besides this part with the winter troop, which includes something in season 2. I will not say. That's if they make season 2. If not, then play the game, please.
It's just a good introduction episode. Like, we have all of the main players now for the winter troop. So, like, Tsumugi and Tusku, like, have a past with each other that, like, we'll learn about later on in the story. And then Azuma is just very secretive. I mean, he's a professional cuddler. So I'm sure... I don't know why... I feel like the translation is different in the game. Yeah, it's more tame. Like... I would say he's more like a professional, like, companion. Like, not so much cuddler. Like, he'll sleep next to you, and he will cuddle you if you want, but it's more like just there for company.
Yeah, because in the translation of the game, he says that he sleeps with people, which is why people
which
are
you're
like,
what? Yeah, he just says, like, I sleep with people, and they're like, excuse me, I'm sorry. And he's like, I sleep next to people.
Which is why he says, like, oh, it's not what you guys are thinking. It's a wholesome job.
I've unlocked quite a few side stories where he does occasionally flirt with you, and he will tell you, like, I mean, I can do more than just, like, sleep next to you. But, I mean, that's, like, literally all he'll say. It never, like, goes anywhere. I just like him because I think he's really suave, and he has long silvery hair.
And it's your boy Kiro, man.
Yeah, and it's Tetsuya Kakiana, so, like, come on.
It's interesting that they kept, when he mentioned Juza and Bandai, he's like, oh, like, I saw them handing out flyers. I'm like, god damn it.
They didn't show that in the show.
I'm like, y'all are bitches for not showing that. Again, we did talk about that in like a few videos ago, where they cut out Azuma's like actual proper cameo. If you guys haven't seen that, I suggest going back and looking at our videos.
Because that's
But
really
it was
how
interesting though, man.
yeah, that's really how he learns about it. But at least he mentioned it, so it's okay. I guess it's okay if they cut it out, like actually seeing it. And then Homare, I'm pretty sure it's the same in the game. He's just like,
Yeah.
I'm writing down lines because that's interesting. I've never used that in my vocabulary. I'm so poetic. I'm a poet. Look me up. I've been published.
This man takes inspiration from like literally anything.
And then and then like him reciting his poems, I'm like, that's really bad, dude. And I hate poetry. I've taken many a class on poetry. I'm not the biggest fan of poetry. In terms of like, I just think I suck at writing it. I'll write poems occasionally, just like, you know, how Homada does, just kind of just write things in a book, but I don't like read it aloud to people and say like, look at my wonderful work. Like, was that peer edited, sir? Because the poem that he recited was really bad. But he thinks it's good, so
yeah.
We let him be positive about it.
My boy's just very extra to the max. I just hope they animate his beach waves, man. I'm sorry, but that one made me laugh the hardest, and I hope they include that in the anime.
They get Tuska just because they're all kind of like trying to recruit people and they're doing a street act, and then like Taichi's like, hey bro, I heard you quit God Troop, you should join our troop. And he's like, well, I guess.
Oh, we're giving Sumugi the stink eye.
Yeah. Honestly, if I was Izumi, I would be like, I would have asked like, why are you asking if Sumugi's part of the, like, why do you ask?
Poor Sumugi.
I know, poor dude, like he's just like trying his best, and Tuska's being such an asshole. He being real cold. I will say this now, he is not one of my favorite characters. I think he's pretty meh.
He's not my favorite.
But I'm not gonna say I don't hate any of the characters. I think that's a strong word. If I had to put them all in like an order of like least favorite to most favorite, he would be like at the bottom. And it doesn't help that he's being a jerk ass, so.
That's what put me off from Tasco, just the way that he treated Sumugi at the beginning.
Right.
It's just like, my dude, why? And Sumugi's just like, okay. Like, he just takes it. I'm like, Sumugi,
Yeah, he's
no.
kind of like, he just kind of becomes a punching bag a
It's
little
so
bit.
sad.
He's kind of letting him walk all over him.
There's a reason why he,
Yeah.
again.
We're gonna find it out later, but like their conversations this whole episode, I was like, not again. I don't want to see him get like, just, you know, be mean.
It already hurts seeing him like this, and then Sumugi has like such a sad expression. I'm like, this hurts a lot more than it did in the game. And you can actually like see and feel the awkward tension. Because in the game, you can just like skip by the awkward silent moments.
Yeah. And then Hisoka is just like
Sleeping everywhere
and just sleeps a lot. He's still a mystery, but he likes marshmallows, which honestly, when I saw him just eating, like watching him actually eat them made me kind of like, I don't want to eat another marshmallow ever again in my life. Because I just kind of like imagined myself just like shoving marshmallows in my mouth. Like, I'm like, I can't eat that. He's got a superpower or something. We got a triangle obsessed boy, we got a sweets boy, and then we just got a strictly marshmallow boy. That's a good introduction.
He did hint at Hisoka's very sad past.
Oh, yeah.
He does have amnesia, so he doesn't know anything about himself besides his
just
name.
His name, and he doesn't have any like possessions, so they have to go buy him stuff for their room.
Which again, it's not really explained in the Winter Troop story until season 2, but it's not with the Winter Troop story in season 2. But for now, he's a mystery in the anime.
Yeah, he just kind of like, they're driving home and he's just kind of like looking out and sees like this beach, and he's like, stop the car. And so then they stop the car and he like goes out there and like he kind of remembers something. He's like, I'm pretty sure I washed up here. And so they're just kind of like, okay, well, at least you remembered something. And then the rooms assigned, well, Tuska and Tsumugi are roommates because they're like, oh, we're childhood friends, that's why we know each other. So Izumi's just like, okay, you guys wouldn't mind sharing a room then? And that's where you get that awkward silence. So they're like, sure, okay. Homare is like, I will room with Hisoka because someone who sleeps all the time will not disturb my creative juices flowing, or whatever he says. And then Azuma gets a room by himself, which he does make a comment about. He's like, I guess it's better if I am alone. And I'm just like, my heart. So we got the Tsumugi version of The OP. So yeah, spoilers, Smoothie's the leader of the winter troop. But it's kind of obvious because they show it in the OP, like he's sitting with the other. They just added characters to the previous like group shots from the OP from the during the autumn troop.
Because last time it was Banri by himself on the balcony. This time it's just like the whole winter troop together.
And they added everybody to the different little intermingling of the groups.
And this time it's Izumi looking at the groups and not being a part of it and helping them. They're just doing their own thing. They know what to do. They're adults. Got more of a mature feeling to it.
Even their like group shot, like when they're walking onto the stage and stuff, like they look more like it's more mature. I don't know how else to say it.
It's got more of an elegant feeling to it.
Because they're like the serious group. Like they put on the dramas. Get ready, because their play will probably also like make y'all cry. And the ED was good.
It's very wholesome.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of really good harmonies. But it's getting down to the wire, guys, and God Troop is still in the OP as well. So they're out for blood.
So that's about it from us for now until next week, which will be over on Mia's channel. So if you want to find out what our thoughts are for next week, then head over to her channel. With that being said, you guys, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy out there, and we shall see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Bye!